All right, I'm here with Griffin Dobson from Anytime Fitness DeForest. You want to just tell us a little about yourself, job duties?
Sure. So obviously I'm Griffin. So I'm the member experience manager at Anytime Fitness in DeForest here. So basically my job entails keeping track of the training program and the member experience in the gym. So signing people up with training, getting them scheduled in, sitting down, talking to them, doing fitness consultations, going over things like the in-body machine that tracks your body fat, skeletal muscle mass, that kind of stuff. So pretty typically that's what my day looks like is meetings, getting people scheduled in, and just talking with the members around the club.
Yeah, awesome. How did you get into this career?
I started working out in towards the end of middle school, and just started with general fitness, just trying to get in better shape, and then it evolved into wanting to do bodybuilding. So once I started doing that, I kind of found my passion for that and realized it was something I wanted to do for work. So I started pursuing fitness career, and that's why I went to MATC through the fitness rec program, and then that led me here.
What do you view as the best part about your job?
I think working with people and helping them make those lifestyle changes to better their lives, obviously, for the long term, and not doing typical pharmaceutical medications or drugs to help with those problems, but just looking at sleep patterns and nutrition and hydration and those kind of things to help just improve their day-to-day lives.
Yeah. What on the flip side of that? What are the biggest challenges that you face on a daily basis?
I'd say probably the biggest two or three. The first one is just people are their worst enemies. So if they're not making the lifestyle changes or don't want to make the lifestyle changes to better themselves, it makes it really difficult because you could put all the time and energy and all the knowledge into somebody, and if they don't choose to use that information or don't follow through on their end, they're not going to see the results they want. So that's going to frustrate them even more, which is the reason why a lot of people don't even start working out or trying to better themselves because of that. I think the other biggest thing is just all the misinformation out there on the internet and social media. Just people see what they see and believe what they believe, and a lot of times don't do their own due diligence. So you're kind of battling their objective opinions already from what they saw on somebody's Instagram or on Google, and so now you have to backtrack and teach them the correct way and best inform them.
Absolutely. What kind of education would you recommend for someone that's going into this field?
I would say definitely going to some sort of secondary schooling, whether it's tech school or a university, but just really immersing yourself in studying this kind of stuff, whether it's nutrition or the exercise science portion of it, or both preferably, but getting secondary education and not just doing an online course or doing a weekend course to get certified, because it's gonna be easier up front, obviously cheaper and less time, but you're not gonna gain as much knowledge, so you're not gonna be able to help people the best that you want to.
And then what areas would you say are changing / growing the most, and how do you think that they will affect the industry as a whole?
I think social media affects that a lot. So all the trendy stuff, like the at-home workouts with no weights and the pyramid scheme supplement stuff, all that kind of stuff affects it a lot, and a lot more now that you can see it anywhere. So I think down the road there's going to be a lot of issues with that kind of stuff, whether it's just people either hurting themselves or having a bunch of eating disorders because they have a bad relationship with food because they don't understand how food works, and they think they just need to eat 1,200 calories to lose weight, and obviously that's not going to do what they want long term. So I think that's kind of a big thing that's going to be changing the industry, unfortunately not for the better. So.
Yeah, and then are there any other fitness professionals who have helped you begin your career in this field?
Yeah, so when I first got into bodybuilding and stuff, I had a bodybuilding coach, or still do, but his name was Sam Messino. So he helped coach, prep, diet me, pose, all that stuff for my first show. And I don't think I would have continued on if I didn't have that help, because I just wouldn't have known what to do and probably embarrassed myself up there. So he's probably been one of the biggest influencers in my life in that aspect, because he's gave me the confidence and knowledge to do what I'm doing, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him. So that's probably the biggest one.
What would you say is unique about the organization that you work for?
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool working for Anytime Fitness, because we are, even though Anytime Fitness is a franchise, we're the largest franchise owner. So if that makes sense. But basically we have our own corporate structure outside of, what a normal Anytime Fitness has to look like and how it works. So I think that's cool that we are able to kind of have a little bit more control in the clubs as far as what we want to see in our facility, and not just what corporate Anytime Fitness wants to see. So I think that's pretty cool that we could do that. We also do what's called a PT, at least for the ones that we own in southern Wisconsin. So basically each new member, if we think it's a good fit for them and it works for their schedule and everything like that, they'll get 2 weeks of training for free. So they'll have access to me to sit down and do that fitness consultation, to do the body fat tester, all that stuff, and then to meet with trainers for those 2 weeks and just get them started on the right foot. A lot of times, especially in a commercial gym like this, people who are joining may not have the most experience or knowledge about exercise, so getting them on the right foot and getting them going right away, I think, is really important. Otherwise, they tend to either go right to the treadmill for a week and then, are done because it's not fun and they're not getting the results they want. So giving them that knowledge up front to get them going is pretty cool. So
Yeah, and then my last question for you is, what advice would you give to someone that is looking to get into this field?
Yeah, I would definitely, do your due diligence, like I said, of getting certified the correct way and learning as much as you can. And then from there, just completely immersing yourself in it, even if it's, uncomfortable at first or just feels like really weird, like training people and, you may not be 100% confident in yourself, but doing it and getting the experience will help build that. And the more you educate yourself, that helps a lot with your confidence too. So I would say definitely do your due diligence and learn, and just go out there and start helping people. And then from there, you can figure out specifically what you want to do, whether that's, like for me, down the road, I want to get into coaching just bodybuilders, doing their prep, posing, that kind of stuff, getting them ready for shows. So once you have the general knowledge and confidence to help people in different areas, then you can really go into what you fully want to do, what you're passionate about. And then same thing, just educate, immerse yourself in it, and just keep growing that way.
All right, awesome.
All right.
Thank you for your time, Griffin.
Yeah.
Once again, this is Griffin Dobson from Anytime Fitness, DeForest.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we'll contact you if we have any other questions or if I have any other questions, and so
Okay.
if there's anything we didn't cover.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.